welcome back. I hope you're all well. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about 5 super hot fall fashion trends that can transition you into fall. So these are all pieces that are currently really popular, but a few of them are really kind of staples. They just have a little bit of a twist to them this season. But yeah, I'm really a huge fan of all of these pieces. And if you're looking to spice up your wardrobe a little bit, I really think you can't go wrong with any of these. So with that being said, I did want to mention that for those of you who don't want to break the bank and spend a couple of $1,000s on boots and things like that, I will be leaving cheaper alternatives linked in the description box down below. So make sure to head on down to that description box, check it out. If you like any of these items, like I said, I'll leave some cheaper options as well as the exact items that I'm going to be talking about today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Starting off with number 1, which I'm sure most of you are aware of, that this item is very popular at the moment, and it's been popular since last year. I'm talking about a combat style boot. Last year, the Prada boot was really popular, and I actually made a video about it because I hated the way it looked. I just think it's a little too over the top. I think it's very hard to style on a day-to-day basis. Might be great for Instagram photos, but other than that, I think it's a little wild. And I'm someone that's usually like really fashion forward. However, they now came out with the same boot, just in the shorter version, which I can definitely get on board with. I think it's a really cute boot. However, my absolute favorite at the moment is by Gucci. This boot is so freaking cute, and I love that it has some little bedazzled stones on it and also the GG logo on the front. It just makes it a lot more feminine, and I think this boot will work for those people who are a little too afraid of going like completely edgy like the Prada boot, if that makes sense. But if you don't want to spend over $1,000 on a pair of boots like this, just go ahead and go with a pair of Doc Marten boots, because those, my friends, are absolutely amazing. Doc Marten boots are never ever going to go out of style. The quality of those boots is absolutely amazing, out of this world, like money well spent. I purchased a pair earlier this year and I've been wearing them so much. I wore them throughout summer. Like, it's just a boot that you can wear year after year, any season really. They're just really cute. You can style them so many different ways, and I know they can look a little scary, but you can definitely make them look really girly. You can make them look very like sophisticated. Just really depends on how you style them. I'm definitely a huge fan, and every time I wear these, I get so many questions about them. So I'll be leaving the exact ones that I have in the description box down below. Next up, another trend that we're going to be seeing so freaking much this fall is going to be like a wide belt. And by that I mean just like a thicker, chunkier belt that you can do a lot of like layering and belting with, like belting your dresses, belting your blazers, belting your sweater, just, you know, wearing something big and oversized and popping and popping a belt over top. And one belt that I personally really like for this is the Valentino belt, and it is definitely a popular item. It's on Instagram quite a lot. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Gucci GG belt, how that was really hyped up, but it's a really beautiful belt, and I think it's perfect for, you know, putting around your blazer, putting around your dress, just kind of as like a statement accessory. Moving on to number 3, which is a trench coat. I've talked about this so many times in the past, and as you can see, I have a bunch of trench coats behind me. Now, a trench coat is, in my opinion, a staple piece that every single one should have in their wardrobe. However, for this season, we're going to be seeing a lot of leather style trench coats. Doesn't have to be real leather, but just like a leather style trench coat, and I am absolutely here for it. I think it's a total vibe. It definitely adds, like, I don't know, a little bit of spunk to any outfit. It's just a lot different than your typical trench coat, even though it is a trench coat, if that makes sense. The one that I like a lot is from Alice and Olivia. I think that it's like a really pretty leather trench coat, but again, the high street makes really great cheaper alternatives right now, so if you just kind of want to try out and see if you would even like it. But I do have to say that I think if you do invest in a leather trench coat, you definitely can keep it for the rest of your life, because I think this is something that you can wear regardless of if it's in style or not, because it's just like a really good look. And again, I feel like you can dress this up, you can dress it down, you can make it look very girly, you can make it look really edgy, just depending on what your personal style is. Okay, let's talk about purses for a second, because you guys all know that I love a good designer purse. And if you want to buy a new purse for fall, which, you know, you don't have to, just use what you have. But if you do, if you want to add something new to your wardrobe and you want to be a little bit on trend, right now a really big thing is like vanity cases as bags. And Chanel has great options. However, they're super expensive. And if you're not like totally in love with it, like if it's not something that you're gonna wear for the rest of your life, then I don't really know if you want to go with such an expensive bag. But my personal favorites are from Louis. They have just recently, or I don't know if they've done it in the past, I'm sure they have, but anyways, the newer ones that they have just recently come out with, I really like a lot. I think they're super cute. And again, this is like, I don't know, it's different, it spices up your wardrobe a little bit. It's not something I think you'll see like every day. Like not everyone's gonna walk around with a vanity case as a bag, or a vanity case bag style, you know what I mean? Unless you're maybe like in New York or LA or something like that. Definitely think it's different, it's gonna stand out, and in my opinion, really cute. Last but not least, one of my personal favorites right now, a lot of you probably are aware of this, but we're seeing a lot of like armpit style bags is what I like to call them. So basically just the bags that like sit right underneath your armpit, and I love them. I love them. And I just recently saw one that Jacquemus came out with, and I don't really know when they released this. It might be new, it might not, but I just recently saw it, and I'm like, oh, I'm drooling over this bag, you guys. Absolutely drooling over it, especially in this color. This, by the way, is a color that I think we're going to be seeing a lot of this fall and winter, but it's a beautiful bag. It gives you exactly that vibe, like that vintage armpit bag kind of vibe, and I really like it because it's under $1,000, and I don't know, I love the details on it. Just everything about this bag I think just screams fall. It's a great bag. But I also think that you could wear this like in spring or summer, because the color is just kind of neutral. However, I do think it's a perfect fall color, if that makes sense. But yeah, that is it for today's video. I really hope that you guys liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next one.